Welcome to the Rebel Finance School video all about our debt attack strategy. And why do we need this? Because it's so easy to go into debt. There are credit cards, overdrafts, buy now, pay later, car financing. It is so easy to go into debt nowadays. And so many people in our population, in our culture, in our country, around the world are heavily in debt and they need help getting out of it.
That's where we come in.
Yes, so let's smash the debt, let's get rid of it, and let's work out how to do it the most mathematically efficient way.
Easy for you to say. The first step in a debt attack strategy is to gather together a list of all your expensive debts. So when we say expensive, we mean anything above 5%. So you need to go and you need to get a list of all your loans, store cards, finance deals, including cars, credit cards, buy now, pay later, payday loans, everything. And you should include credit cards that are on 0% because they won't be 0% forever. That's how they suck you in.
So you create that list and you look at it all. It might be overwhelming, but if you don't have a good look at the position, how are you ever going to improve it? So we've got to look at it.
So I'm going to send you on a fact-finding mission. You need to go and you need to find for each of those debts the outstanding balance, the interest rate, and the minimum monthly payment. And to bring this to life, we've got an example for you. So this person has an overdraft of £6,500. The interest rate is 29.5%, and the minimum monthly payment is £90.
That's the figures you need. If you don't know that, how do you know how much you owe, what you're spending, and all of those details? You've got to find it out for every single one.
We've then got 2 credit cards, one that's got a balance of £3,500 and one that's got a balance of £4,000, and you can see the interest rates and minimum monthly payments there. And then finally, we've got a store card of £2,000 and a personal loan of £8,000. So this person has total debts of £24,000 at varying interest rates, and the total of their minimum monthly payments is £845.
And the store card is at 69% interest, 69. And this is actually based on some real examples we've seen. It is shocking how much these companies are ripping out of your pocket and how they're enslaving you with debt.
So what's the second step, Alan?
Second step is, can you pay any off of it immediately? Do you have any savings? Do you have any money that's lying in a low interest rate savings account? They call it a high interest rate savings account, but it's paying like 2% or something. There is pointless doing that. Banks make their money by the difference between what they pay you in interest in a bank account and what they charge you in interest in your loans. So if you've got savings laying around and you've got debt, that's just crazy. Pay it off as quickly as you can. Make sure though you keep an emergency fund of at least 1,000, because if something goes wrong, the washing machine breaks down, the car breaks down, you'd have to go back into debt to repair it. So make sure you keep that emergency fund. And the final thought on paying it off immediately is maybe you've got a bunch of stuff laying around the house. Maybe you've got old CDs, old phones, old laptops, stuff that you can sell to make money to pay off your debt. Katie and I cleared out the spare room a few years ago and we made £1,000 out of selling my old board games and my old stuff. It is amazing what people have lying around the house. So number 2 is, what can you pay off immediately?
The third step is there any way you can increase your monthly payments, by which we mean make the gap between what you earn and what you spend as big as possible so that you can use that money to aggressively pay off your debt. So can you cancel any subscriptions? Work out where your money is going, first of all, to see what you can save on. Stop eating out.
It's amazing how many people go out to really expensive restaurants when they're paying 69% interest on a store card. It's just madness.
And we've got another video for you about how to increase your income, 10 ways to increase your income, so check that video out.
Then number 4, which I love, is you can negotiate on the interest rates. People don't actually realise this, but with a bank, if you're taking a loan, you can negotiate on how much interest you actually pay. And one of the people we were working with, they had a huge amount of debt. We sent them in to negotiate with the bank. We armed them with some tools. They asked the questions, and they were able to reduce one 50% interest rate by half. People don't think you can negotiate with banks, but you can.
Not only with banks, but also credit cards. You can ring them and you can say, this interest rate's too high, can you change it for me? And they might not, but you don't know if you don't ask, and the time to pay your debt off will be so much dramatically reduced if you're able to reduce these interest rates.
So the language to use that I would use is to proclaim poverty, to say, I cannot afford to pay this and I'm in danger of missing payments. Can you reduce the interest rate? And do not accept the first no. One watch out on all of this is beware consolidation companies, because they will sell you on the dream of putting all of your debt together in a nice package and paying off a small amount for the rest of your life.
These companies make money out of you. It's a service that they provide and they make money, so just be careful.
Absolutely. Which brings us on to number 5, which is actually a key mathematical point in the quickest way to pay off debt.
Yay, maths. So you want to list your debts in descending order of interest rates, which means the highest interest rate at the top of the list, working way down to the lowest interest rate, not in order of balance, so not in order of how much you owe on each loan, debt, credit card, whatever it is. Remember, also include those 0% loans, as they're not zero forever. So in this example here, you see we've moved the store card up to the top of the list because it's got the highest interest rate, then credit card number 2 on 35.9%, and so on, all the way down to the lowest interest rate, the personal loan at 13.9%.
Then once you've got them in order, that gives us the plan with actually to start. And you start on the one with the highest interest rate. So what we would do is set all of the others to minimum payments and take as much money as we can find and pay off that first one as quickly as possible. We've got to attack it, we've got to destroy it, we've got to put our energy into it to get rid of it, because it is sucking the financial lifeblood out of you. So that's what we need to do, is that very first one is pay it off as quickly as possible and attack it, attack it, attack it.
So in this example, this person actually has a spare £250 that they've got together from stopping their expensive subscriptions and eating out and so on. So they've said, okay, I've got an extra £250 I can put against the debt each month. So as well as the minimum payment that they have on that top loan of £150, we've also put the £250 against that. So they're putting £400 against that store card, the very expensive debt at the top of the list, whilst maintaining all the other debts at the minimum payment. We want to aggressively pay off that high interest rate loan. Once that card is paid off...
Once we've got rid of that 69% store card, which is quick as possible, get rid of that stuff.
We don't want to lose momentum. So on that first debt, we were paying £400 a month. We're going to take that £400 and add it to the £200 on the next line down, that credit card number 2. So we're now putting £600 towards the next debt. And you can see how this kind of snowballs, how you can very quickly and accelerate the progress once you start to get momentum. Once that debt's paid off, we still keep the same amount of overall payments against these debts. So we roll that £600 in with the £90 minimum payment on that third debt, the overdraft, to be paying £690 a month, and so on until we get rid of all of those debts.
You need to just keep the momentum, keep rolling that payment into the next one and the next one. Never reduce the payments and work to get debt free. This is mathematically the quickest way to get rid of your debt. Once you've done that, we need to build the emergency fund and set up your finances so it never happens again. Debt can trap you for the rest of your life. A credit card at minimum payments can take 30 years to pay off. Get out of debt and never let those companies come back at you.